What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to Impact Wrestling Review, the show from March 15th, 2019. Your commentators were Don Callis and Josh Matthews, and they were in Las Vegas, Nevada. So let's get right into the show here, folks. So we start with Sami Callihan, Jake and Dave Crest of OVE versus Rich Swann, Willie Mack, and Tommy Dreamer. A six-man tag team match to kick off this Impact Wrestling. I haven't done this in a while, folks, but here we go. Highlights of the match. OVE began to wear down Tommy Dreamer on their side of the ring. Tommy Dreamer counters attempted power driver by Sami Callihan, allowing for Tommy Dreamer to tag in the Mack. Willie Mack. Willie Mack catches Callihan in midair with a Samoan drop. Rich Swann connects with a Rolling Thunder onto Sami Callihan. Rich Swann and Willie Mack, they both dive over the top rope, to play conhilos on everyone on the outside of OVE. Tommy Dreamer's going to do the exact same thing, but instead of doing that, he decided to just go through the ropes and lay in some right hands, basically. And then also he started doing a roll off, a front flip off the apron onto OVE as well on the outside. So yeah, there you go. Some high flying moves from Tommy Dreamer. Not really, but but Dave sends Rich Swann off at the top rope with a kick. I'm sorry. Dave, tosses Rich Swann off the top rope to Sami Callihan with Sami Callihan delivering a kick, which allowing OVE to gain control. Tommy Dreamer goes for a cutter for a near fall. Willie Mack hits his booty bomb, which is a cannonball, but the way he does it is why they are calling it. Well, he's calling it the booty bomb, or maybe they're calling it the booty bomb, whatever. But basically, Don Callis, he always says that's a whole lot of ass, Yeah. Tommy Dreamer hits Sami Callihan with a splash off the top rope. Sami Callihan later on all of a sudden goes for the groin claw. Except this, where pertains to Tommy Dreamer, it hurts Tommy Dreamer because this is not Johnny Ryan. But Sami Callihan goes for the power driver, which he laid one very good, and Tommy Dreamer sold it pretty good too as well. And OVE gets the 3 count in the win. They win the match. There you go. I'm gonna save the segments for later on in the main event, folks. Basically, where pertains to Johnny Impact, Taya Valkyrie, Brian Cage. I'll get to that later. I'll get to that later on. Glenn Gilberti, better known as Just Go Inferno, went up against Kazutoru. I'm assuming this match was a joke. It was fucking garbage. But Just Go Inferno won the match. And then we got Fallout Trash and KM defeating Reno Scum, which is Adam Dorso and Luster the Legend. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You brought back Reno Scum to lose to these losers, to these shamokes? I don't fucking get it. What was the point of Reno Scum accepting the challenge to KM and Fallout Trash if they was just gonna fucking lose? And another thing, I didn't watch the match either, folks. I did not watch the match. Basically, if you watched me on the Asylum, I was having some difficult time watching Impact Wrestling on my tablet. I was having some issues, basically. So I didn't watch the match, and I'm glad I didn't watch the match. After hearing that and this result, fuck this match. Fuck KM and fuck Fallout Trash. He's fucking garbage. Conan was backstage. He was talking to the Lucha Brothers. Basically, I'm bringing this segment up right now. Conan was talking to the Lucha Brothers, and the Lucha Brothers basically let Conan know his answer, and basically they're not gonna accept that answer. I mean, they're not gonna give LAX the title shots, and basically Pentagon Jr. was like zero miedo to Conan in his face and all that, and Phoenix was like, yeah, and walked away, and Conan was losing his mind. He goes to the LAX, Santana Ortiz. Conan lets him know what happened, and then Conan's like, say it's going down and everything, and that it's like, and he's like, LAX we're asking, did we get a title shot, rematch and everything, and then Conan's like, not really, but we're getting there, So, yeah, we're gonna see how that turns out. I'm loving this whole thing with Lucha Brothers and LAX. So I guess LAX is now fully a heel. It's a full heel turn for LAX this time. I don't know really after that, but hey, I'm looking forward to this this feud. Why end it, right? Keep it going. So I'm loving this. So Jordynee Grace versus Tessa Blanchard. Winner of this match gets to be the number one contender to face Taya Valkyrie for the Knockouts Championship. Highlights of the match: Tessa traps Jordynee Grace into the corner, delivers a super kick, and then goes for a cold breaker. Nice spot, by the way that Tessa Blanchard did to Jordynee Grace, and Jordynee Grace sold it pretty well. Jordynee Grace turns around and goes for some thunderous spine buster. Jordynee Grace goes for a modified Michinoku driver for a close near fall. Tessa Blanchard counters a muscle buster attempt by Jordynee Grace and slams Jordynee Grace on the mat. Tessa Blanchard goes on the top rope, but she was too busy getting distracted by basically arguing with a fan, and Jordynee Grace took advantage of it and slams her down, and then goes for her Grace driver for the 3 count in the win. So your winner and new number one contender to face Taya Valkyrie, I meant to say, for the Knockouts Championship. Now, when is that gonna happen? I'm assuming maybe against all odds. I'm assuming, but we'll see. But yeah, match itself was pretty good match. So far, 2 of my favorite highlight matches so far were the 6-man tag team match from the beginning of the show, and then this one ended up picking up in the middle of it. Jordynee Grace and Tessa Blanchard, pretty good. After the match, Tessa Blanchard was pissed. She was having a meltdown. She goes after the timekeeper, brings him into the ring, and insults him. Assaults him. Gail Kim comes out, basically makes her return from the save and go beat up on Tessa Blanchard. Tessa Blanchard retreats afterwards and all that, and then we go backstage where we see Scott D'Amore was basically trying to calm down Tessa Blanchard, and Gail Kim shows up, and basically Gail Kim is ripping in Tessa Blanchard's face. You get what you deserve and all that. And then Scott D'Amore was like telling Gail Kim, what you did was unprofessional and blah blah blah. And Gail Kim was like, are you kidding me? And I'm like, yeah, are you kidding me? You tell me that what Tessa Blanchard didn't do out there was unprofessional too? And on top of that, what Tessa Blanchard did to Gail Kim and to other personnel backstage too, that was unprofessional of her too to do that as well. And Scott D'Amore comes out of nowhere and says what Gail Kim did was unprofessional. What? So you're telling me you're gonna give Tessa Blanchard a pass because she's a competitor? That was literally the story backstage. But because Gail Kim is not a competitor, what she did was unprofessional to Tessa Blanchard. Even though Tessa Blanchard was assaulting a timekeeper, and like what the fuck? This whole thing made no sense. So I wonder who wrote this segment. But this led to Scott D'Amore to suspend Gail Kim for a week. Whatever. OVE did their OVE cam. Sami Callihan reveals that he has earned X Division Championship against Rich Swann next week. So I cannot wait for that one, folks. By the way, that's what I actually meant to say, not by the way, because I was losing it there. But yeah, I can't wait to see that match. Rich Swann versus Sami Callihan for the X Division Championship. Looking forward to it. And also looking forward to the match too. Based on the rivalry that these two are going right now. Rosemary tried to get Allie back, who's still Dark Allie, and basically teasing some kind of hot, dark lesbian action here, because they look like they're about to kiss. But basically, Allie, Dark Allie, saying that Allie is dead inside, blah blah blah, blah blah. But Rosemary is trying to get Allie back and everything. That's the story here, and there was nothing else to it on this segment. I think I have to say one thing though. There was no Kiera Hogan there, because if you remember last week, Kiera Hogan was involved of this whole thing where she wants to get Allie back. But Rosemary said, I got this and everything. But Kiera Hogan was persistent to help out. And so far for this week, no Kiera Hogan. Not only there's no Kiera Hogan on the show, but there's also no Scarpado on the show as well. But anyways, the point is, Kiera Hogan was not on this segment, which hopefully that's a sign that means that they changed their minds about Kiera Hogan getting involved, and Kiera Hogan needs to go on to press on her own this time. I hope so. Hopefully we get that, because Kiera Hogan deserves better than that. She doesn't have to to attach herself with Allie every time, but hopefully Kiera Hogan does do something better and move away and move on from Allie basically. So hopefully. We get a tag team match. Eli Drake and Eddie Edwards. They defeated his squad, which is Rohit Raju and Raj Singh. They're being accompanied by Kama Singh. So yeah, the match itself, it was alright. But it wasn't anything too great or good. It was just alright. But yeah, Eli Drake and Eddie Edwards won. They're a tag team now. Basically, they cheated away. By the way, Kenny the candlestick was used in the match by Eddie Edwards, which was assisted by Eli Drake. So, yeah, that's to say about that. Now we get to the main event. Before we get to what happened on the main event, earlier in the night, when the show started, Josh Matthews on commentary was saying, Giant Impact is here tonight. He's medically clear. It's going to be Giant Impact versus Brian Cage for the Impact World Championship. And then we get to backstage where we see Johnny Impact with a neck brace on. He's got a neck brace. And Brian Cage walks in, and Bobby Ty Gregory was in there too. And basically, Brian Cage is like, "Are you ready tonight?" And then Johnny Impact is like, "Yeah, I'm ready tonight." And I say to myself, how is he ready? How is he medically clear? He's wearing a neck brace. And remember, what he said last week too, in that report from Mendez. Is that he has a neck fusion. A neck fusion is a serious situation where it pertains to how bad it could be damaged if you compete, And here it annoyed me when Josh Matthews said that he's medically clear, from after having that neck fusion, only to see him backstage with a neck brace on. Like, how is that fucking possible? So basically, and then we get to another segment where Mendez, or the Mendez report basically to Taya Valkyrie. Taya Valkyrie, look at him smiling like this, like she always does. And then she's talking about she's not worrying about who she got to defend her title against, or pertains to Blanchard and Jordynee Grace, because the match hasn't happened yet. Because the match hasn't happened yet at that time, but. And then she's like, she's worried about Giant Impact with her neck and everything, and with his neck and everything. And she's like, I can't do this and all that. And she was smiling the entire time. And I say to myself, horrible acting from Taya Valkyrie. I should mention this too, by the way. Before I get to what happened on the show. The main event, I meant to say. The Rascals, Dez, Wentz, Trey, they all were in the circle, and then Moose shows up. And all that, and they were having a good time and all that, and then Moose was pointing out the whole thing what he was wearing last week about the chocolate dipped strawberry, and being rejected by Melissa Santos. And then Moose was like, that was me that you made fun of and everything and all that. Because they're high, they probably didn't know that was Moose and all that, I'm assuming. And Moose looked serious and all that, and he started beating them up. It was funny the way they looked to and all, but he's like, you guys are fun, and then that was it. I forgot to mention that part. So, but yeah, that segment happened though. Okay, now we get to the main event. So Giant Impact's music hits first. And I say to myself, wait a minute, if he's the world champion, why is he coming out first? Rules say champions come out last. So also he's being, we're waiting for Giant Impact coming out. He hasn't come out yet. It's been like about 30 seconds past already or whatever. And also we see Killer Kross got Giant Impact on his shoulder with a cinder block. He brings him to the ring. He brings Giant Impact in the ring and all that. He's got a steel chair in the ring. All of a sudden, we get 4 securities coming out. And Killer Kross takes out all the securities. Taya, I keep saying Tessa for some reason. Taya Valkyrie also brings Brian Cage out. And Brian Cage is like, like, what do you want me to do? And like, wait a minute, what? But you wanted the match against Giant Impact tonight. And now also you're not going to do anything to help him out. So Killer Kross is going to get ready to put more damage to Giant Impact, but then Taya Valkyrie gets in there instead because Brian Cage refuses to do so. This made no sense, folks. But and then Killer Kross is warning Taya Valkyrie to get out of the way and all that. Taya Valkyrie stands up for herself and all that. Saps Killer Kross, and then Brian Cage knows that what Killer Kross was going to do to Taya Valkyrie, and now he decides to run down there to help Taya Valkyrie, and also the lifeless Giant Impact. And I say to myself, who's writing this shit? Making Brian Cage look like a freaking idiot. So basically, Brian Cage, fends off Killer Kross, and also in Taya Valkyrie and Brian Cage in the middle of the ring. Taya is thanking Brian Cage, and then he's like, "You're walking all that," and he was smiling at once for some reason, I don't know why. And then all of a sudden, the unthinkable happened here. Something that should have happened 2 months ago. So Taya Valkyrie low blows Brian Cage. And then Giant Impact gets right back up. Next brace off and all that. And like, they were all in cahoots. They were all in cahoots the entire time. This whole thing was a ruse. They basically tripped Brian Cage and also Giant Impact and Taya Valkyrie obviously betrayed Brian Cage. So they beat him down and he used a cinder block onto Brian Cage. Steel chair on the cinder block and then Giant Impact with the steel chair smashing his face. The chair with the cinder block and all that. That's the cinder block on his face and everything. And I said to myself, wait a minute, it didn't break. And I said to myself, was that a real cinder block that they used? Like, really? Like, you're taking that risk to do that to Brian Cage? It should have been like a prop, a prop cinder block, not a real cinder block, like a fake cinder block. You can use to look at Brian Cage was destroyed with the cinder block by Giant Impact with the steel chair and everything. No, look at it was fucking real. That cinder block was real. And by the way, Killer Kross was outside laughing the entire time while all this was going on. And then as Giant Impact and Taya Valkyrie walks away, Brian Cage is lifeless and helpless in the ring. Killer Kross still laughing outside the ring. And then Giant Impact and Taya Valkyrie on the stage, and the show goes off the air. I'm thinking to myself, this was all part of the plan between Giant Impact, Taya Valkyrie, and Killer Kross. Now they didn't show that fully. Because Giant Impact and Taya Valkyrie, when they were leaving, Killer Kross was still just standing there laughing at the madness that Giant Impact and Taya Valkyrie caused to Brian Cage. And I said to myself, you're fucking telling me they could have done this 2 months ago at Homecoming, the pay-per-view. You should have done that 2 months ago, where you could have Giant Impact, Taya Valkyrie, and Killer Kross be heels betraying, basically being up on Brian Cage on the show. But instead of doing that, they decided to go with the stupid Survivors contestants that Giant Impact was a part of from 2018 and do that horrible acting that they did from Homecoming, and then a shitty finish to end them on the main event match too. Only for Impact and Taya to stand tall as champions, and the Killer Kross attacks them. They did that all wrong. It was so fucking stupid the way they did 2 months ago. And now 2 months later, now they decided to go with this route. Well, they should have done that 2 months ago. And on top of that, this whole thing was this whole entire show was a fucking letdown. Besides the 2 matches, the whole thing was a letdown because Giant Impact's acting, Taya Valkyrie's acting, the whole thing where Giant Impact is hurt. He's got a neck brace on, but he's making clear to compete. Like, what the fuck is going on on this show? I'd like to know who's responsible for writing this fucking show. But that was basically it for the show. So yeah, but the positive thing I can't say about Giant Impact and Taya Valkyrie turning heel is that at least with them being the heels now, especially Taya Valkyrie, and also especially Giant Impact, because yeah, now we can see some edge out of these guys, out of these two basically, because they need that type of edge in their characters. So in a way, I'm kind of glad that they're heels now. But at the same time, this should have been done 2 months ago. Now hopefully they also have Killer Kross involved too, and as long as they keep Moose away, we're good. But this show was a complete miss. This was a poor show to be watching for Impact Wrestling. Hopefully next week will be better. And hopefully, and it should be better too, because Giant Impact and Taya Valkyrie is going to have the explanation of why they did what they did to Brian Cage and all that. And the Exhibition Championship match they will have for Rich Swann defending against Sami Callihan. And who knows what's going to happen on the show too, you know, prior to what else happen on this show as well. And hopefully Kiera Hogan will be on the show too next week. And same thing with Scarpa though. But Toma Wrestling for Impact Wrestling from March 15, 2019. I believe it was 4 matches, if I'm not mistaken. No, actually, yeah, it's more than 4 matches here. 5 matches actually. And if the main event match would have happened, it would have been 6 matches. But my overall rating for the show, 4.5 out of 10. This was not a good show at all, folks. Not saying everything was bad on the show. There were a couple of bad things on the show, but this show was not good either. This was a letdown show, especially after watching last week's show, which I thought was a pretty damn good show, which I give it a 9 out of 10. This show, they disappoint me. How the fuck you lose the momentum like that? Put out a good show last week, and then you come to this week's show, and you end up becoming a fucking letdown. But anyways, that's it for now, folks. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully next week will be better. I hope so, really. But yeah, there you go, folks. With that being said, thank you all for watching. It's Natural Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets.